What's up, you guys? Look at all this art behind me. Look at all this cool art. Renaissance art, Baroque art. Don't you want to know more about this? I know I do. That's why I asked my sister, who went to school for art history, to talk about all this cool art. Also, shout out to onomatopoeia_angel for creating all of these slides. Check out this video.
Okay, looking at, we got ancient art. I love ancient art because I did a lot of, of course you start out, you're gonna look at a lot of ancient art first. And I actually really love this one, Standard of Ur. Everyone knows who knows. That one is such a good, if you ever want to look up a little like random ancient thing that nobody knows anything really about, but it's very cool. It's like a box, and then it has like two different sides, you know, one side of like peace, one side of war. It's actually very beautiful. Then we have, you know, I don't know, but I think that's Apollo. But I love, and ancient art could be anything. Like how you see here, like we have like Roman, we got Egyptian up here, not Byzantine, maybe. I love it. It's just like, that's where everyone's getting everything from. Basically, they took everything from these guys, from everywhere in ancient art. Ancient art meaning like, we're talking before 300, because that's maybe where you go into like Middle Ages. But that's kind of awesome. And we're not even talking about prehistoric art. Like, this is ancient art, so that's kind of where we're still getting into like a little more knowledgeable of what we want to do with the things. So beautiful. Like literally they started out and they did everything from the get-go, and then everyone else since then has been trying to, like, you know, get that same thing again. But it's great. I love ancient art. Now we go medieval art or Middle Ages, whatever we're gonna call it. Middle Ages is a little rude to say because, like you're saying, like in the middle of the ancient and then the like Renaissance. People like to say that medieval art is not as nice. Like you see how like that's kind of like more 2D, you know, a little more flat than what we see in the Renaissance, or even in ancient art as well. But honestly, I think it's actually quite beautiful. I mean, this one right here, beautiful, right? Also, when you start getting into like Book of Kells type things, love when they do, you know, typography and they have like everyone, all those monks, like looking in the tiniest of details. Beautiful stuff. Then you got a Byzantine, you know, mosaics up there. Love me. I'm not saying that one's Byzantine, but those Byzantines, those guys, they're great. I love when you go to Rome or you go, you know, they got some beautiful all gold ceilings in their churches. Beautiful. I really do actually love it. And they just get so much hate. Don't call it middle. Don't even call it medieval. I don't even know what to call it. Call it like, we'll go to a new name. We'll find something. The mosaics, the mosaic period. But also they don't do just mosaics, but they do other things. But I do love it. Also, I think their art is a very, well, whatever. But I think a lot of people do say, not a lot, but I'm saying some people do think that they did the kind of more plain 2D style also because they didn't want to be too like eccentric for the time, for being like more close to God, because he wouldn't like that or something. Who knows? But we don't exactly know why they went to 2D and then they went also again into like, you know, this Renaissance. Maybe we do. Maybe I'm wrong. But I just think it's very cool and they need to get less hate for it. Yeah. This is my guy right here. This is my guy right here. Anyone who knows, like the ancient too. Oh my God. Like, you cannot look at these things and tell me this is not like the most beautiful stuff ever. Like I said, like ancient art, like medieval, all of these, like, you know, time periods for these ones at least. We're talking, you know, European, of course. Not of course, but that's what we're talking about technically right here. Not ancient, but, you know, we're talking about medieval Renaissance. Mostly they think of Europe. But we got Southern and Northern Europe. Oh my goodness. You know, we had the Southern up here with the Primavera Botticelli over there, the corner. Beautiful color, you know, composition. We have her just like in a little cloud of like, it's not even cloud, it's like the shadow from all the foliage in the background, you know, making her like the Mary, you know, with her 3 graces. Got Mars in the corner. Storytelling, 10 out of 10. Details, 10 out of 10. Also, when you hide little like facts or like little, you know, puzzle pieces, you know, like this isn't just 2 doves kissing, you know. Probably means, you know, we had 2 different like royal members that are trying to come together. Maybe they're in flight, almost about to like separate from each other, but in that one moment, you know, they came together and then they went away to the separate worlds. You know, who knows? You know, pomegranates could be the one of the Eve. You know, she eats like the forbidden food. Could be pomegranate, but you know, they're doing a lot of this. It was a lot of just religious stuff. But when they make that beautiful detailing, like in the clothing, it's incredible. Folds in a clothing gets me every time. Folds in clothing, Northern Renaissance, god damn, their details, incredible. No, I can go on and on. It's gorgeous. 10 out of 10. Baroque art. My brother will tell you that's like maybe his favorite too. Yeah, like Baroque art is quite beautiful. It is quite beautiful. I'll tell you that. It's like, I mean, animate, like we're talking color, animation, drama, like everything in there, right? They're getting into it. And it really is just like when you talk about light, the use of light is like everywhere. Use of light and shadow, so lack of, but it's so beautiful, that drama. Sometimes maybe too dramatic and you want to go back to the Renaissance, you want to tone it down a bit. I like Renaissance for when they do the detail, but Baroque they're doing details too. I mean, like, look at this. You got these wings. You got all of his like folds in his clothing with his armor. The veins. Literally in the man's hands, you got every single shine and every single bead. We got the veiling up there, you see, like in her little lace. Her hair. Imagine painting. Just go home, or if you're home, just draw some hair and try to see what happens with light on it. Blonde hair. Like, do different shades of blonde with different types of lighting on it. Do any type of anything in shadow. Like, trying to show anything in shadow with light, and you realize it's never actually pure black and there's never actually pure white. You gotta understand actually what colors actually you have to use. It's not just simple, and it's beautiful, and I love it. It's gorgeous. Drama. 10 out of 10. Okay, Rococo. A lot of people like Rococo. Okay. Very, very famous painting right here. You know, it's actually very beautiful. I admit, it is visually like stunning. You know, it's like so softcore era girl. Like, we're not like the French knew what they were doing with this. They have so much of those frills, the pinks, the pastels, you know. Looks like kind of like a veil is put over the sfumato, you know what I mean? A little bit of that. They're not Leonardo, but I mean, it's a similar kind of thing they're doing here. It looks like it's a blush has been like put over the paintings, but for some reason I thought I would actually like Rococo a lot more, but I actually don't. I think it is that really gaudiness of it that I can't do it. Like, compared to what we were just looking at, I think the drama in that, the intrigue in that, like the actual like emotion, like visceral emotions that can come out of like Baroque or Renaissance, just doesn't, I feel like, come through for Rococo, and that's what I kind of want. Not that I say it's not pretty, it's not like nice, I'll have it like in a salon, you know, but I don't know, it just does not compare, I think, in those levels. I think it's cute, you know, it's nice. They of course have lots of levels to them as well, but it's not the same. Oh, neoclassical. Oh, yeah. We're going back. They basically said, okay, yeah. Let's do that one more time. Because, you know, we had the ancient, then we did the Renaissance, because that was literally the rebirthing of what they did in the ancient times. And they were like, you know what? We really cooked with that one, so we're going to do that one more time. Yes, neoclassical, I like it, but I think if we're talking in comparison to, I think I do like still the OG, either ancient, you know, or we're doing Renaissance. And Baroque even. Like, I think those ones, it's not that they're nice, but it's a lot like smoothed out. You know, it's a lot like these like features are a lot like smoothed out in like of course they have wrinkles. Wrinkles in clothing, 10 out of 10 always. But I still feel like they kind of tone down. They kind of add that blushing effect of like kind of the Rococo, even though this is not necessarily the same. But kind of that feel of the drama isn't, I feel like, as strong anymore because their colors aren't as saturated. They're a little muted there, you know. The compositions are a bit, like how we say, just not as drama forward as it was prior. So I think it's nice, of course, but I think it's like pretty, you know. And I think when we're talking just, we're going side to side. I think the Baroque and the Renaissance, ancient, like they just have that intensity that I think this was kind of lacking, because now they kind of want it more as not telling the story, but more like, this is going to be in your house. This is going to tell what was of the past. And, you know, it's not like I say we're in the moment, you know, living in at the time, even though they were. But I don't know. I think it's a bit different. But still nice. Just not the same.